going to wait for everyone to get here. So, whew. So just getting set up. I'm a little bit early. I just wanted to make sure that everything was working. So, as you all come in, you may want to, I don't know if you guys are on Discord yet, but there's a link down below. If you wanted to get in on asking your questions, you can do a call in. It's free. It's very easy to do on Discord. So again, if you are on Discord, you could go on over and we could physically chat and do this all online for free. So anyways, just thought I'd mention it to you guys. Hey, Fasting Fred, how are you, man? Good to have you on. Nice to see you here. All right. Yeah, so like I said, I'm just a little bit early on the show right now. Just it's not really until 2 o'clock. So yeah, I mean, if you got some questions, you can kind of throw it out my way, but let's kind of maybe hold off until 2, because again, that's when most people know that it's happening. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hop on into Discord here. Again, if you guys don't know, just click on the link in the description, and you can see it there. And then I am there. I'm already in Discord, and if you guys are on Discord, we can chat. Let's see. Head over. Hold on a second. Head over to the chat option on the left side of the screen. All right, I'm just kind of sending that out to a couple of people who are just starting their journey in Discord. I think Phil's here. Hold on a second. Where are we? Who else? Thomas is there, but I know Thomas can't. And oh, wait a minute. Anyways, I'm going to hang out over in Discord in the chat. If you're there, hey, Brian's there. You just joined. Hey, so hey, Brian. Now that you've joined, Brian is actually trying to help me out. We're trying to do a few things with Discord and with live streaming to kind of make it more of an interactive show, being able to use your video, connecting it into the YouTube system so we could actually have face-to-face and have a dialogue, which is kind of neat, right, when you think about it. So Brian's been trying his best on his end to kind of figure things out. I've been trying, but it's kind of hard to kind of figure all this technology out. It can be very, very confusing. Like I was going to go live with my GoPro today. However, I had this thing plugged in, ready to go. It was 15 minutes of it being plugged in, and next thing I know, boom, computer crash. And it only seems to crash when I have my GoPro plugged in. So I don't know what's going on with that, but anyways, technology is always a fun thing. I'm always learning new things with it, and I don't know what's up with it. So anyways, if anyone knows about GoPros and going live with them, it would be great, because I'd love to be able to use this camera, because it would be a better experience for you guys with regards to, you know, the visualization of it. Anyways, okay, so it's 2 o'clock. Let's dive into kind of an update as to where things are with training. So I am about a month in to recovery, and I may look perfectly fine. I may have gotten a haircut. I'm a little lighter up top, which is kind of nice. Um, but on a serious note, recovery takes so much time. I didn't realize how much time that it was going to take me to recover from this whole 50 miler. So from the onset, I knew it was going to take a while, but I didn't understand the level of exertion that I had put out. And to see that in my heart rate has been, it's been crazy. So today I was out for a run. I haven't even looked at Strava results yet. Maybe I'll look at Strava results right now, and I can talk to you about that run today that I did, because I've been in the high 144 I started at, and then I've been slowly working my way back down in terms of heart rate, which has been good. So today's run, it was a 6:05 pace, a kilometer, that is. And I was heart rate 6:05, and then my heart rate, hold on a sec, guys. My heart rate was, where are we? Average heart rate 141. So it was actually better today than it has been. So that's kind of, right there it is. Oops, hold on a second. There you go. That's what my run looked like today. So I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. And I was running much faster, right? Much faster. But yeah, I think I'm slowly turning a corner, right? I mean, it has been a while, and I think as I train for my 100 miler, that has to be factored in. There's no doubt. Now, how these elite athletes go out and run Western States, and then go out and run, another one a couple of months later, and then another one, and running like multiple ultras in a year, man, my hat goes off to all of them, because that's some serious dedication to running. I'll tell you, like Jeff Browning, that guy blows my mind, right? He's an engineer, and he's typically in the top 10 in Western States for many, many years. And if any of you guys that don't know what Western States is, I mean, it's a 100-mile race, and it goes from Squaw Valley in California, all the way over to Auburn. And it is an amazing race. It's kind of like the Boston Marathon of marathons, right? So it's the equivalent, but in an ultra marathon term in the US. And the other thing, I'm hoping to get a qualifier. I said it out loud. Okay. I'm hoping to run a qualifier at some point for Western States, because I want to throw my hat in. That would be an epic race. I'd love to do it. It would be pretty epic. And oh my gosh, like, I don't know, man. It's something else, right? That's all I got to say. So I'm going to just, hey, so I said hi to Fred, and Ryan. Sounds like recovery is doing better than you thought. Yeah, it is going better, Brian. It is. It's not what I thought it was going to be from the onset. I thought I would be a lot further along, but I'm actually further along than what I thought I would be, like, going into this week. I've had to do some soul searching. I've had to really ratchet down my expectations of what I can achieve. I've really had to kind of decompress, come back down, and just be grateful for what I achieved, but not continue to dwell on it, but move forward, right? Move forward and come up with ways to move me to the next step. Because, like I said, I've had a hard time mentally, like the whole aspect of running and training for as long as I have, and then all of a sudden to not have that as a central part of my daily life. It's had to I've had to lower the gears down and really reflect on what is important and what was what was it about, right? And then how do I transition back in and get into the right mindset? And so I went out this weekend, actually 2 days this week, had that opportunity to kind of reflect on that and to kind of do the self talk and the self how do you say it, self motivation, but to just do the hard work it takes as an individual to slowly push further to kind of get out of the cave. You know what I mean? Because there was some days I didn't even want to get out of bed. So there is going to be 2 videos that is going to be coming out this week. So one's going to be on Wednesday, I think. Keep my fingers crossed. I keep trying for the Wednesday, but one's going to be on Wednesday and one is going to be on Sunday again. And there'll be two. There's going to be 2 of those videos, I think, that is going to kind of go into that space that it's already been filmed, right? And yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. If some of you are in Discord, you can actually see some of the photos in on that I posted this morning over in the media channel on Discord. So yeah, it was pretty epic, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. So running update is going well. I'm feeling better. I've dug myself out of the hole. I have to have some self-love for my heart, because obviously my heart hasn't fully recovered. It's taking some time, and I'm okay with that. That's not an issue. So recovery is good. Training for the 100-miler is coming. I'm going to do a series. So I mentioned this maybe 2 weeks ago. I mentioned this, but I'm going to be doing a series on training for a 100-miler. So I will be creating that. It will be a weekly process that is going to be put out there for all of you, and it will document my journey from day one, right? So obviously finish the 50-miler, and so then now where do I go? What are my next goals? So there's also going to be another video on kind of what my results, so what my expectation of math, like what my expectation was going in, and where it jives with where I am right now. So it's going to be a shorter version. It's going to be probably like maybe a 9-minute video, maybe even an 8-minute video, summarizing it into very, very easy bite-sized chunks as to how I progressed all the way through. Now, guys, here's the thing. If you could post your comments, that questions you got, because I'd love to answer questions, because I don't want to just kind of be talking at you all day. I want to kind of have some engagement from you guys, because you guys are what makes this happen, right? This is why I get up, and this is why I do these things, is for you guys, because I'm grateful. I just want to give back to you guys for you guys giving to me, right? You watching, you subscribing, you sharing my videos on YouTube and social media. It's really made a difference, and it humbles my heart that you guys are doing this. And to Brian helping me out, trying to get this whole thing with Discord and trying to have more of a fully connected system. I mean, it's great. Thank you for everything that you guys give to me, right? I'm really grateful for that. And if you guys can continue to comment, like the video, right? There's 13 of you guys watching right now. So if 13 of you all just hit the like, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate it. Google would, Google the analytics behind the system. It'll kind of filter it through. And yeah, it just kind of helps us all out. Okay. So let me just kind of go over the questions here. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to read over here. King Life answers yes. Brian, boom, there it is. Now you have to do it. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I said Western States. I mean, honestly, I'd love to do hard rock, but to be quite honest, I don't even know how I would train for hard rock. I mean, I know how to train for Western States because there's a guy in Orangeville, Norm, who actually got in earlier this year before COVID kind of hit. And he was training, and then all of a sudden he couldn't train for it, or he couldn't run it because it was canceled. So I know his training route. I know what he's done. And well, maybe not specifically what he's done, but I know kind of the area where he trained. So I know it's possible. I know it's possible for me. So yes, Brian, I did say it out loud, and I guess it's going to have to happen, right? Chris, that running guy. Hey, good to see you here, man. Appreciate it. So when is your 100 mile? So my 100 mile, again, I'm not. It's going to be a self-imposed 100 mile unless there's a race that I can run. Okay, because again, I don't know where everything's going with COVID, and I don't want to sign up for it for something and then it get canceled again. So I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time. So I'm kind of mapping out a section. I have one section mapped out that I want to run. However, this weekend on Saturday, sorry, not today, Friday and Saturday, I went out for runs and I explored some new areas, and I really like those areas. So I may incorporate that into the 100 mile. And it's kind of starting up kind of close to Blue Mountain, where I did a video. Oh my gosh, I think it was in August. I did a video, or September, I can't really remember, but it was up there. So I think I'm going to start up there and kind of maybe work my way down, or start where I live over in Shelburne and kind of work my way down to Bell Fountain, which is just, again, it's going to be 100 miles all the way down. So yeah, I will, once I've figured out which one it's going to be, maybe I'll put it to a poll. Maybe I'll post it out to the community tab on YouTube. So if any of you guys don't know, if you go onto the YouTube channel and go over to the community tab, I will post there a poll asking which route you guys want me to do, and then I'll go ahead and I'll do that one. Okay. So anyways, that's something that I've been thinking about, because again, I haven't figured out which one I want to do. I still have to map out the second option for myself. But again, I just wanted to add some diversity to it and make it maybe even a little bit harder. Now, saying all that, those will be what I want to run. However, what I may want to do is I may want to, again, if races are open in 2021 and I'm able to go ahead and run a 100 miler, then yeah, obviously I'd rather sign up for a race than kind of just do a one on my own. I want to see what I could do in a race environment. That would be really epic. And then I could really give it a real run, as opposed to just like kind of leisurely kind of going out, right? So anyways, that's like the whole kind of 100 miler thing that I've kind of been planning. So again, I know you guys are answering a bunch of questions there, which is awesome. Make sure you do. That's great. So let me answer some of these questions here that I think you guys are asking. Chris or that running guy says, do you do any strength training? If so, what? So strength training is really, I don't go to a gym. The gym is my trail runs, right? The gym is my outdoors. So when I go out on some runs, what I'll do is I'll run maybe a kilometer into the trail, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do burpees. And then I'll run another kilometer, and I may stop and then pick up a log and just kind of lift logs and do squats or whatever, right? Or find a tree branch, whatever, and kind of do dips and just whatever. I kind of mix it up. I kind of feel like if anyone has ever watched any of the Rocky movies, I think it's Rocky, is it Rocky 4 or is it Rocky 3 that he goes out and he trains in Russia, and he's out in the environment and he's running on the mountains and he's working out with these rocks and doing stuff. That's kind of like what I like to do, right? I like to get out into nature and kind of boulder it, right? But I do push-ups and I do planks and I get bridges and just things like that. Maybe if you guys want me to do a video on kind of my strength training and what I'm doing, hit the like button. And the more likes I get on this, the more chances are I'll probably do a video on it. I just want to see if that's something that you guys would be interested in doing or seeing. All right, so let's go to another question. So that was Brian's question, or sorry. Yeah, so Brian, I think I answered your question about the 100 miler strength training. If so, what? King Life Tale. Love the Discord idea. I'm new to the app, so excited to get used to the way it works. I feel a little out of the water with it. Yeah, I was a little bit confused with it at first, but it's really not hard. Like really, it's not hard. Over on the left-hand side is just channels. You click on which one you want to kind of talk about. One is for media, so you post pictures. One is for general chat, so just general chatting. One is for training on Maffetone. You can comment anything on Maffetone. So basically, it's kind of like categories, right? Like these are the topics that people are talking about in those things. So I just try to keep it simple. Hey Phil, how are you, man? Glad to have you join us. That running guy, 100 miles, yeah, 100. Chris, 100-mile blows my mind. But what blows my mind is, look, I watched one of your videos. Like I've been following you, been watching your videos as well. And if any of you guys haven't been watching Chris, that running guy, his name is Chris. His channel's called That Running Guy. Go ahead, go over, check out his channel. He was actually training for a 10-kilometer time trial. And he was running it, and he had to call it because the weather was really bad, really windy and rainy, and it wasn't good. But he gave it. He's doing what he can, right? And we're all of us are striving to meet our goals, and that's what this is all about. It's about going out there and looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying, "Can I do this?" Right? So yeah, keep training, Chris. You'll get it, man. You'll get it. I mean, I think he wants a sub 40, which is flipping fast. I'd be grateful to get to 45 minutes. I'm working towards it. I'll get there. There's a lot of ideas in my head, but again, I can only train for so much. And so I'm still in recovery mode, so I can't even hit my next challenge. So it's kind of hard for me, right? Sorry. Chris was saying, so he was saying a sub 38. Wow. 38. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. All right. So what else we got? So the running guide. So just got myself some. Oh, you got the Nike Wild Horses. Sweet. Let us know what you think of those. Brian, how about 100K as a preset? Brian, I thought about doing a 100K. I may do a 100K. That may be part of that journey, right? Of going to the 100 mile. I just thought 100 mile, 50 miles. I'll do 100 and kind of skip that step. But you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll look at it and say, what kind of route can I run, and what can I achieve to get there, right? So who knows? Maybe I'll do it. Okay, get it ready 101. It doesn't matter what we want. you do you. Hey, you know what? It's cool. Yeah, I have my goals, my ideas, but I'm an extrovert, and I really love communicating with other people, whether it's technology or whether it's, on Strava, right? Or whether it's on a phone call or in person. People, that's my deal. I love people. So yeah, I get inspired when I start talking to people and the ideas start flowing, and I just want to do so many things. But sometimes I kind of need to wait a minute, what I have to narrow it down a little bit as to what I want to do, right? Run the Planet, Rocky 4. Yeah, it was the best one. That was my favorite. Loved Rocky. I even liked the Rambo movies too. I was a big fan of those when I was growing up. Richard, hydration vest, bladder or bottles. Solomon, Nathan, Ultra Direction. Wanting my wife to get one for me for Christmas. Oh my gosh, which one? There's so many that I would want. I have a Nathan vest. Now the only reason I have a Nathan vest is because I was going out for a trail run 5 years ago, and it was like 35 degrees, and I didn't want to carry water bottles, so I decided I'd buy a vest. So I used it, but I've lost so much weight since then. It's very, very baggy on me. So I haven't got a new one. I'm gonna probably end up buying an Ultra. Maybe a Solomon. It's either going to be an Ultimate Direction, or it'll be a Solomon. Those are the two that I'm looking at right now. I'm not too sure which one I'll get, but if anyone's got an idea, let me know. Now I do carry handheld flasks, right? I also have the soft flasks that kind of go in the vest. I like those as well. So there's a lot of different ones. I'll probably end up doing a gear review at some point as to which ones I've been using. I do have a bladder in the back in mine. It's a 2 liter. I tend to be a very, very, very big sweater. Okay. When I run, I sweat a lot, and it's a very salty sweater at that. So I tend to have a big hydration, a big bladder in the back, bottles in the front, and then I kind of go from there. So, but if I'm going up for a long run, sometimes depends on where I am. I may actually just put a couple of big 2 liter bottles of water somewhere out on my trail, like the night before or a couple of days before, or whatever, and just leave it there, because no one's gonna run into it, because where I run, it can be very, very quiet. So no one's gonna go rooting through the bushes trying to find this bottle. So anyways, that's why. So sometimes I'll go lighter and I'll just carry a handheld. So again, it just all depends. Okay. Thanks, Chris. So the running guy. So Chris says, to help David out, share his channel on socials. It really helps. Thanks, I appreciate that. And some of you have been doing that. I've been seeing it, and honestly, it really warms my heart that when you guys start sharing the channel, right? When you hit the share button from YouTube and you post it out on your channels, it means a lot. It really, really does. Thanks, Chris. Phil says, what's the training volume build up to 100 mile? Well, 100 mile is 160 kilometers. So where I'm going to be starting from now is I've finished, I've done 160 kilometers. Actually, I've done 167 kilometers in a week. Okay. So ideally, my buildup to that may be a little bit higher. I may actually build up to about 180 kilometers, maybe 200 kilometers, maybe a peak of mine for a little bit. But ideally, I think I'd like to keep it at around the 140, about 130 to 140 kilometers. That I think could work for me with my work, right? So you all know that I'm a realtor. And so morning times, it tends to be a little quieter for me. So I'm able to get my runs in, because later on in the day, like I work late into the evening, right? Because people don't get home from work and then they want the real estate agent to come on over then, right? Or if I'm doing an offer, we don't do things until people come home from their work. And that's usually in the evening. So typically morning time, I'm able to get my runs in. But I like to get my runs in and get washed up, cleaned up, and be ready to go, by 11 o'clock, because like I said, I work until like 9. So again, it just all depends on how things progress and how it goes. Ideally, I think that's probably where I'll kind of build up to, is somewhere in that time frame. Now, again, it may differ if I end up doing a little bit of speed work in there as well. But again, if I start adding in a little bit of speed work, then my volume will come down a little bit, and then the intensity will go up. So again, it's all going to be on a factor of what I have, what I can fit into my daily schedule, right? Like I'm just an average guy, right? So got to figure it out. And I tend to do, and I will continue to do, I'll continue to do that. So, okay. So, Brian, happy with okay. So Brian's saying that he's got the Solomon ADV 12. Very cool. King Lifetail. Hey, I can vouch for the ADV. Cool. Awesome. Good to know. I may take you up on that, Brian. That'd be awesome. Run the Planet. Good to hear about the 100K and 100 mile. But do you have any plans to run marathons or halves next year? Toronto again. Yes. I would love to run. I would love to run a 130 for a half marathon. That would be a goal that I'd like to run. Is it going to happen? Find out, right? I just don't want to run any of these virtual races. I want a real race, and I know we all are doing our part and doing our sacrificing of what it is that we have to do, but it still drives you crazy, because I just want to test what I can do, right? There's some I don't know, man. I have some unfinished business with the Hamilton Marathon, and that's the one where I crashed and burned. If you guys haven't seen the video, they're down below. Like, you got to go back a little ways, but you can find them. You can search on YouTube, you could actually, when you go to the channel and you click on videos, over on the right-hand side, there's a little option where you can click, I don't know, it's like a little V with a couple of lines in it. And if you click on that, you can actually filter my oldest videos to my newest videos to the most popular videos. So if you go to my oldest videos, you'll be able to see kind of where things were back when. And one of them was the Hamilton Marathon that I didn't do so well in. And I literally crashed and burned and it sucked and I didn't like it. And I don't even like looking at the video, but hey, it happens, right? It is what it is. I just bombed real bad because I got sick before running. I was dehydrated. So, I mean, what else do you expect? I was a novice back then. So I was so green. I didn't get it. I thought I did, but I didn't get it. Okay, so Run the Planet. I'm with you, shooting for the same. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I got a question for you. Do you guys want my daughter to come in and do a guest star appearance? Hit the like button, comment below, let me know, because she's actually, she wanted to know if she could come in, but I didn't want it. I'm like, you know what, let me just kind of talk. But if you want her to make a guest star appearance again, I'll get her to come on in and she can say hi. So again, if you keep on liking, that'll be awesome. Okay, so here's something else that I wanted to mention. I guess we're going into a different season, right? So one of the things that I was thinking about was some of the challenges that some people face where they are when the seasons shift, right? So I've mentioned this many times before. When you are going through these transition seasons, it can be hard, right, on your psyche. For me, it does, because it's gray. Like I keep looking outside. It's gray. It's snowing right now. And, you know, when you don't get enough sun, the vitamin D level just goes down and you get the seasonal sads, right? Like I don't get motivated. It really I got to do everything I can to kind of get going and get moving and stuff like that. So it can be a little down. I'd love to know what you guys do to kind of, when you're going through the transition month from one season to another. I'd love to know. That would be cool. So let me just text my daughter, see if she'll come up and say hi. Hold on. Hey, Kay. I could get up, but I'm a little sore. Hold on a second. Where is she? They want you to come on YouTube. Hopefully. Hey, Katie. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if she will or not. I thought she was. Anyways, I'll do my best. Thanks for your time and advice. I have a question. This is JDS54. Thanks for your time and your advice. I have a question regarding my MAF heart rate. I'm 66 and I've been running 20 to 30 miles, okay, and consider myself very physically fit. My calculated MAF heart rate is, okay, so your MAF heart rate, right? So for you, you may have to add 10 beats on. So you can take 180 minus your age, add 10 beats. Now, if you find month over month you're not improving, okay, you may have to reduce. Because one of the videos that I posted, and I think it was like 3 weeks ago, I think it was the picture of, I think the title video, hey, Kate, come on anyways. She's complaining that she looks bad. Oh, here she is. She can come say hi now. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi. I was being forced.
Okay, so here she is. So question for you, because I have not said this to anybody yet. Okay. So what don't you want me to run? This happened this morning.
My grandfather happened to bring up the fact that there's a marathon in Antarctica. And I know that if he wants to run it, he's going to drag me along, and I don't do cold. So I really don't want him to run in Antarctica.
Okay. Now, right, there's 21 of you guys right now. Hit the like button if you want me to go to Antarctica and run a marathon. I want to show her.
Comment, say no if you think that he should stay home.
See, look, it's starting to go up now.
I know.
People are like, yeah, we should go. I would love to run in Antarctica. That would be
Comment
epic.
if you care for me and my well-being, because if I go down there, I'm going to freeze solid.
You're not going to freeze.
Oh, I am.
Look, there is like crazy adventures that we can do together. Like we could run on 7 continents.
I'm not going to run. It hurts.
Okay, all of you guys who think my daughter should like run.
I can't.
Give me,
I like to run, but I have chronic shin splints, and running makes them 10 times worse. And I'm a competitive dancer and am dancing for a living. Will be.
She likes to dance.
So I can't run because it messes with my shins too much, and then. Yeah.
And then she can't dance. So then I would love, like, I got a video of her running with me, and it warms my heart because it's awesome. I love when you run with me.
I'm trying to decorate for Christmas. You interrupted me.
Oh yeah. So apparently, like downstairs, they're decorating for Christmas, and I'm up here just filming and hanging out with you guys. So because I'm staying out of the way because
he doesn't do Christmas decorations.
I bring the boxes up and then they decorate.
Have fun.
All right. Thanks, sweetie. All right, guys, that was a little. Anyways, just thought I'd bring her on. She likes to come onto the videos from time to time. So, all right, let me go back down. Let me answer some more questions here because a whole bunch of questions just came in. Love running in the snow. Okay, sorry. Run the planet. Love running in the snow. No problems with winter for me. Getting it ready 101. JDS 5R. You're awesome. JDS 54, 114, to which I have added 5, giving me 119, but I can run comfortably at 135 with heart rate. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I'd like you to do. So you may be able to run comfortably, okay? And that's fine. Try doing a math test and see what happens, because you may be one of those outliers, right? Because the 180 minus your age and adding a couple of beats here and there, right? That was done scientifically back in the late 70s, early 80s with Phil Maffetone. And he had a group of runners that he was able to test and work with. And over the years, it worked out to eventually ended up as being that number worked for most people. However, in his data, he didn't have enough for teenagers and he didn't have enough for people who were over 65. So on those outer edges, what he would suggest on multiple occasions is add a couple of beats, 10 beats, whatever it is, and then run every month on a track. Try to find the same environment. It's hard. I get it. Trust me, guys. I get it. We live in a world and we run outside and weather patterns are different, whether it's cold or blowing or whatever. But if you run on a track, keeping that aspect the same, at the same time of day, right? With the same type of, whether you run faster to whether you don't run faster, run at the same. Everything stays the same. Obviously, the weather is going to be what the weather is going to be. If it's really bad one day, hold off a day before you run. But ideally, you want the conditions to be close to the same as possible. And if month over month you're improving, then great, that's awesome. But if you start to go backwards or you don't see any improvements at all, reduce it, okay? And then reduce it and then do the test again and then see what happens. Because once you start seeing improvements, then you've hit the sweet spot. Then you hold that number and you don't change it until it stops working, okay? Now, you have to reevaluate, if you've stopped training for half a year or two, yeah, you'll have to redo that with your current age. But if you continue to train, you can keep that same MAF heart rate exactly the same. Okay, you hear me right. You can keep that same heart rate. So if I started now, 138, and I've been improving, and I'm still running, and I'm not giving it up, or I haven't taken, a year off. I can continue to use that number 138 as long as I'm still seeing improvements. Now, again, you reevaluate after about 4 to 5 years and see what happens. Okay, you may have to reduce it, but try it, see what happens. Like, it's an experiment of one. Everyone's different, right? So hopefully that helps. Okay. Love. Okay. So where are we? So, hold on, getting it done. Okay. Just saying how old he was. King Life Tale. Running with friends is definitely beneficial for these cold winter seasons. I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. Running with another person, first off, helps with your motivation, helps for accountability, and generally, it's more of a social run. It's fun. But the one thing that I have to watch is sometimes those people want to run faster than I want to run. So again, you kind of have to put it out there to say, look, this is what this is what I'm going to be running. I'm okay to run with you, but this is the pace I'm going to go at. Okay. Arlene. Hi, David. Can you talk about your water fasting? How long, and do you still do it occasionally? Yes, I still do water fasts. I am actually going to be doing one of those next week, actually, or is it next week or the week after? I got to check my calendar. But I will be doing another one. I tend to do 3 a year. Yeah, 3 a year I tend to do. And the last one I did was to kind of get me back on track, and that was back in April, I think. I think it was April, or was it March? Can't remember. Anyways, I documented it. It's in the videos down below. You guys can see that one as well. Yeah, so basically water fast, I don't take anything. I take my vitamins, and I drink, and I make sure that I take my electrolytes, but that's it. There's nothing else. I drink about probably 2 liters. No, tend to drink about 3 liters of water a day. And I've done 7-day, I've done 10-day, and I still run. So I'll actually go ahead and do that just to get the fat burning happening again. And just because sometimes I also have like little niggles of like pain, not pain, but like discomfort, I guess, after a period of time. And I like to just kind of give my body an opportunity to kind of catch up and say, hey, don't give us any more food. Let me just start kind of doing the healing process. And look, it's not for everybody. Some people believe in it, some people don't. I'm not telling you what to do. The question was asked, and that's what I'm doing. So yes, so I still do it, and I do it about 3 times a year. Okay, where are we, Brian? Oh yeah, the Antarctic Marathon. Absolutely, I love that. I think that would be awesome to do. Feels like yes, yes, and yes. To Antarctica, it would be ace. Absolutely. Be very cool. Getting it done. Yes. Getting ready says he's got a little heart and a little plus in the middle of it. So yes. Phil says such a thing as bad weather. It's wrong. So there's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong choice of clothes. And I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Absolutely. Brian, shin splints usually equals heel striker. Look, I've already told her, but again, from father, she doesn't believe me. Who am I to say? Apparently teenagers know more than their fathers, and maybe they do in some kinds. I don't know. Who am I to say, right? JDS 54. I run 10-30-minute miles, pace with 135 heart rate, and can hold a conversation easily at this pace and heart rate, but it's technically 15 beats above my math. Can I use 130 as my math? So I think I answered your question. Test it. Put it on a track and do it for a couple of months, and do your math test every single month and see what happens. If you are improving, right? If you are seeing your time get faster at the same heart rate, then great. If not, if you don't see that, if you don't see the improvements, and if you start going backwards, then you know that you have to change it. Okay? So I think that answers your question. Run the planet. Maybe follow up on David, the horse. Hold on a second. I got to get a little closer to my screen. Maybe follow on David, the horse. Maybe film him. Oh yeah, that would be cool. She can go ahead and film me. That would be cool. Richard, Northern Manitoba has Polar Bear Marathon, which happens in Churchill. No way, really? That would be epic. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. I would totally love to run and see like polar bears at a far distance, knowing that they're not going to kill me. She's probably out running. Hello, everybody. Hey, how are you? And I think you're from Germany, right? And she's got a YouTube channel. Check it out. I always like to give out shout outs to people who have YouTube channels because I think it's important, right? Because look, so many people have helped me and I just like to give back everywhere I can, right? Thank you so much for your advice. So JDS 54. So I'm just catching up on all the questions here. Thank you very much for your advice. I will do math test as you suggest. Love your channel and videos. Very informative and fun. Good vibe. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Arlene, for me, 63. Math would be, it seems way low. I would have to walk the entire time. Hey, you know what? Try it out because a lot of our times, our aerobic system, we have never trained it. We've always just ran fast, ran anaerobic. It takes time to build up that base. And people say, why do we build? Why should we build it? Why should we build it? Well, here's the thing. If you want to stay injury free, you want to burn fat, you want to be able to run longer, right? These are just some of the reasons, right? I would love to be able to run a half marathon faster than I ran last year with a heart rate 40 to 50 beats lower than last year. Wouldn't that be awesome? So, hey, it's not for everybody, but I'll tell you, it works if you stick with it and stay consistent and give yourself the opportunity to train this way for at least 6 months or anywhere from 3 to 6 months, I would say. I would say go longer because, again, what race do we have? And to be quite honest, are we doing this to smash out PBs or are we just running because we want to be healthy, fit, stronger, things like that, right? So you just have to ask the question why it is that you want to do that. Hopefully that answered your question. Neil, I'm 65. Oh, he says, Arlene, I'm 65. My math is 120. At this number, I run further and faster. Well, I answered my question. Answered right there. Steve, what's up? I'm new to the chat. Hey, man, Steve, good to have you here. Look, we like to hang out. We like to talk. I like to answer questions. And if you're on Discord, hop on over to the general chat. Brian is there. I'm actually going to bring Brian on. Brian, I think you're still watching, so I want to bring you on here. So,
yeah, man, I'm here.
Hey, there you are, man. Talk nice and loud, my friend, so we can hear you.
Is it better?
It's a little bit better.
Okay. What's going on with my mic today? So yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to be quiet because you've been talking. You got a lot of great stuff you're sharing today.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hey, so how's so Brian is actually training for his 50 miler. Why don't you give us a little update of what the heck's going on, man?
Did 2 back-to-back runs this week. The second one actually felt better than the first. So I'm gonna go ahead and paper, and I'm gonna do my 50 mile on Monday, December 7th. I was gonna do it on Black Friday, but we got nasty weather laid up for this next week, so I'll just wait and I'll do it on Monday the 7th when my wife's already taken the day off to chase me around and keep me motivated. So that's my plan.
That's awesome. Now, do you have any goal, anything that you want to achieve, or do you just want to finish it?
Finish it. It's gonna. I am not taking on the large goal that you've had as far as your 50 mile from an elevation standpoint. Mine's going to be pretty much all street because I don't have an easy way to get to trails that I can self-support myself. So I really want to get done under 12 hours. I really think I can get it done in 11. So that's really my kind of goal is to nail a 50 mile street in 11 hours.
Awesome. You could do it, man. Absolutely. There's no doubt. I mean, Sugarland is awesome.
Yeah, I mean we're kind of pretty flat around here. We've got one bridge that everybody talks about. That's like where that's where they go to train on a hill. So yeah, I thought about the fact you said, talking about the WS 100, and one day I thought to myself, what if I were to get that golden ticket? What if I was able, or just get drawn into that race somehow? How would I train for it? Because there's nothing nearby to train for hills or mountains. So I don't know. I'll cross that bridge if it ever happens.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to, I mean, you can achieve it, man. Like there's no doubt in my mind, right? Like anybody can. As soon as you start thinking that you can't, you'll never do it, right? So I always, in my mind, it's like one foot in front of the other. I got to get to the next tree. I need to get to the next street post. I need to get to the next house, whatever it is. That's the goal when I was running, right? So, here's the thing. If you want it bad enough, you'll achieve it. There's no doubt in my mind that you would never be able to do it, right? Now, here's the thing. Whether you do it that day, or let's say the day doesn't go as planned and you don't finish, here's the thing. You haven't failed because you haven't stopped. You haven't stopped trying. You'll just keep going to the next one. And, it's the thing, right? Like, I look at Western states and I look at, a lot of these elites that have gone out there to run it. And in the earlier days, you had Ann Transon. She failed, I think, 3 times before she finally completed it, right? So, I mean, she puked and she fell apart. And this is before we knew all the things that we know about nutrition nowadays, right? So, I mean, here's the thing. Brian, nutrition, right? You've taken courses in this stuff, right? You've nailed this section of your knowledge. So it doesn't surprise me that you'll be able to complete this.
I've got a challenge for you, Dave. This is what I was kind of alluding to on the 100K. I was listening to Corey Reese. Because that's what I like to listen to. I mean, music's okay, podcasts are okay, but I like to listen to books while I run. And so I was listening to Corey Reese, and it's his book From the Back of the Pack or something, A Runner's Perspective. And he was talking about running on a track for 100 miles, and then he talked about running on a track for 72 hours. So my thought process for you, if you want to take on the challenge, why don't we do 100K maybe in January? That may be hard for you though, because of where you live. But just like a 1 mile, 2 mile loop, something close to your house. You could use your house as your aid station and just loop it, man, until we hit what is that? 31 laps, I think, depending on if it's a 2 mile or a 1 mile loop.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I wouldn't be able to do it at the track because it would be snow covered. Hey, maybe that'll be my handicap.
I like it.
Right. We all need to have a handicap. You know what? There's nothing to say that's not out of the realm of possibility, right? I'd say probably the latter part of January. I just need to know how this recovery thing's going. I mean, it's getting better, but I kind of have to get my mileage back up. So it's going to take a bit to kind of get there. But yeah, mate, you and I will chat about that, and we'll see if it's a possibility for sure.
Yeah, man, I think it'd be fun, and everybody else could jump in on it too, because they could all have it. It could be kind of virtual because everybody could do their own, whatever they set out for. If they want to run, 26 miles, or they just want to do 10K. Everybody could all kind of chime in on that one day, and we could all just do our very best to go hit a new level we haven't hit before.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be something definitely that interests me for sure. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe like I said, we'll talk more about it. We'll see how we can plan it out. and then see what everyone thinks, right? So there's 19 of you guys right now, 20 of you guys that are on here right now. If you think that's a good idea, hit the like on the video, comment, let me know if that's something that you'd be kind of cool, or if you want to be notified, because I can certainly do that. Yeah, I just think I think it may be a really cool idea if there's somebody out there who are close to some kind of volume that you want to try something out, whether it's 100 or whether it's 50 or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what? Go as far as you can, right? That would be kind of something that would be kind of cool. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to answer some questions here, Brian, just because we had a lot come through. Okay, so Phil was asking, do you do any of the Wim Hof methods, cold exposure and breathing? I knew this question was going to come up. I have been thinking about this for a long time. I would love to, and I just haven't got my head wrapped around it yet. I would love to go out and do a half marathon just wearing shorts, like without shirt. I'd love to just go out. That would be something really cool, and I would love to experiment with. So yes, I've thought about it, and I just, again, have to figure out how to fit that into the schedule. But yeah, absolutely. I think Wim Hof has something there. I think honestly think there's something to it. I do have a pool in the backyard, but it's going to be frozen. It's all covered up. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use that. Okay. She's probably out running. Back to winter running. I am the only one getting stoked about the cold weather. I love running in the winter. Crisp air, running, sweaters, and just getting cozy, wearing all the layers. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't tend to have a huge amount of winter running stuff with me, so I tend to have to wash my clothes a lot more. I tend to just kind of keep it simple, because otherwise I have this big heap of laundry I got to wash all the time. But yeah, I think getting out of the coat, I think being able to layer up and get out there for those longer runs. I love the cool air. It's awesome. It's crisp. I like it when you run on the ground and it crunches, like you have that real hard crunch of snow, and the air is so cold that it like literally freezes, like your nostrils like kind of like freeze shut. I don't know. It's just something about that moment, because there's nobody outside. It's only you out there running, and you're just going along. There's something special about that time. I do like it. And she's probably out running. She goes, yes, I am. Thanks for the shout out. Of course. Absolutely. I do my best. King Life Tale. You're not the only one stoked about winter running. Woo! All right. Good to know. Good to know. Whereabouts are you guys from? Because some of you are new and I'm not too sure where you're coming from. Love to know whereabouts you guys are from. That'd be awesome. She's out. She's probably running again. Glad to hear that. Haha. Rich channels that I follow. Okay, so let me name them off. Sage Kennedy, the Ginger Runner, Seth Demore. I really like Seth. Seth I would love to be able to run with him. He's a great guy from what I've seen on YouTube, and how he's been able to help his wife and everything else. I think that's really awesome what he's been able to do for him and his family. He's got a good story. Who else? Kafusi, right? He's been a cool guy to watch as well. I've only kind of been watching his for a little while. So Chris, the running channel, that running guy, I've watched him as well. She's probably out running. I've looked at some of hers as well. Oh my gosh. What other running ones have I subscribed to and that I watch? Those I'm just trying to think if there's the FOD runner. I think it's the FOD runner. I'm trying to think. There may be a couple of others that I watch, but I can't. They may be newer. I can't remember, but I think that gives you some idea of some of the ones that I've been watching. Okay, next one. JDS 54. Wish I had some cold weather to run in. Lowest temps so far. Winter in the South Louisiana has been 70. Wow, 70 degrees still. That's awesome. You know what? I guess there's a lot to be said for having 4 seasons. If you have 4 seasons, sometimes we take it for granted. We're like, you know what? I just want it to be hot all the time. But then there's others who, like I said, Louisiana and even Bryan in Texas, who it's like hot and they just want the relief from the hot, right? So, each to our own, right? We all kind of get used to where we are in our life in terms of, what we like to, think that we can handle. Arlene M., thanks for your advice. Do you ever run on treadmills? I don't run on treadmills. And I'll tell you why I don't run on treadmills. Because I have an elliptical trainer in the basement and I've been on it once in 5 years. I run outside. I literally run outside in all weather. So whether it's raining, snowing, blowing, freezing, thunder, lightning, I've run in every single weather. And I think for me, that helped me in my 50-mile run, right? I honestly think that that's what helped me because I've run through some hard stuff. Like I've run into winds like 100 kilometers an hour, like 120, like literally I could stand there and it's just holding me. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, no, I don't have a treadmill. I have an elliptical, but I don't use it. JDS 54, do you think you'll ever do a 100 miler like Western States or Leadville? So yeah, so if you haven't, if you're kind of tuning in a little later in our live stream, yes, I would love to run Western States. There's a couple of qualifiers that we have kind of not close to where I am. I'd have to travel a day to get there, but I would love to run Western States. There's no doubt in my mind. Running Leadville would be awesome as well. I would just need to figure out how to get climatized to the elevation because where I am, guys, we don't have like mountains, right? I mean, I say Blue Mountain, but Blue Mountain's a ski hill and it's, I think 200 meters to the top, right? Like it's not like big. So you kind of have to do a lot of hill repeats to be able to train for that type of thing. But yes, I would love to do it. So Phil Thomas says, I'm up for a group virtual run. Very cool. Awesome. Ian Lawson's from Ireland. Nice. Run the Planet, the UK. Arlene, Maryland. Nice. JDS 54, Lafayette, Louisiana. Excellent. Eric, thanks for the vids. You helped me run slower to run faster. Working on my first marathon next year. From Bradford. Hey, Bradford, it's not far from where I am. Awesome. I'm so happy, man. That's great. It's nice. It's nice when you're able to find something and then can kind of connect with somebody to help you get to your next stage, right? I think it's awesome. And I think we as runners, sometimes we think our stories don't matter and it shouldn't be told. I would love, okay, I'm going to say this out right now. There's 24 of you guys, so don't tune out. Stay with me. I would love for all of you guys and girls, right? If you could send me a video, a little clip to say what your goal is, what you want to run. And I would love to kind of put together a collage of them in a video and make a video of it for all of us, right? The reasons why we run or what our goal is to run. I think it would be awesome. I can put a link down below. Well, actually, you can send me. Okay, you know what? Just send me the email. So upload it to a Google Drive or to Dropbox or to whatever your online storage is. Upload it there. Send me the link. Make sure it's shared, that I can get access to it. But then send me the link to it, and I'll put you in one of my videos because I think that would be super awesome for motivation for other people to help us get to the next level, right? I think that would be awesome. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead, send me a link, upload your video. Again, maybe like 30 seconds, something like that, maybe a minute. It would be awesome. Steve Snyder, I actually don't have a YouTube channel. I'm still trying to figure out how to make one. You know what? Maybe I can help you with that. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. It's honestly, it's not hard. You get one of these things, and you start filming yourself. You're gonna feel awkward at first, but go ahead and do it. Right? No time like the present. Arlene, Motivation Theory. Yes, that was the other one that I watched. Thank you. Yes, I listened to John. Wild Ginger Runner, also pretty good running channels. Lucid Dreamer, hi all. Hey, nice to have you here. Rookie Racer from Germany. Nice, man. I hear the weather's kind of changing for you guys too, getting into winter. Hopefully all is good. Okay, here we're going to show that. Hold on a second. Brian, what format for the videos, portrait or landscape? Very good question. So landscape, right? So where's my, film it this way. Don't film it like that. Film it like that. That would be awesome. Okay, so Run the Planet. I have a 2-minute trailer on my channel of my goal. Oh, cool. That is awesome. JDS54, the main reason, if I didn't mention to you before, I also follow Run the Planet. He's got a great YouTube channel as well. JDS54. The main reason I run is happy. It is very simple. It makes me happy. Yes, absolutely. I would have to agree. Running, I think, makes us all happy. And when we don't run, don't come near me for the day, right? Can anyone agree to that one? I know that's what it's like for me. Shall I get the goals video over to you? King Lifetail, trying to motivate myself to get back into vlogging. Awesome. I'll look for it. You guys all know the way that you can connect with me is my email and contact information is in the details down below. You can go there. You can find me on Instagram under the Plant Powered Runner _. You can find me on Facebook as the Plant Powered Runner. You can find me on Strava as David Realtor Waters. I think that, then you've got my email address. You can find me as well. All right, so Lucid Dreamer, pretty cold though. It's not as cold as Canada. Today was 2 Celsius. Actually, today was 0 Celsius for me. It was like -4 with the wind chill, but it was a nice run. It was really good to get out there today. Alistair, evening from the UK. Really enjoyed your positivity. I could ask about 2 things: your strength training video, if you could do any, and your foot strike. Do you find it okay running long distances, landing midfoot? To answer your question, yes. It sounds like people are starting to want me to do a video on strength training. So yes, I'll put one out. I'll make one. Bear with me while I formulate how I'm going to put that together. But yes, I'll put that out there for sure. And the other one, midfoot striker, absolutely. I think it's great. It's helped me. What I find for myself is when I go longer, when I start to fatigue, what happens is my form starts to break down a little bit from what I've noticed on some of the videos that I've done. And I start to do some foot striking here and there. Not all the time. I become very, very, very aware of it. And I shorten my stride and I do little baby steps again. And it kind of gets me going. But again, forefoot striking all the way. That's what I do. Hopefully it answers your question. Ian, what was the camera you held up? Oh, let me just hold it up again. So it is a GoPro. So it's the GoPro 9, right? GoPro 9. And this is just a little clip for, I'd be able to get this and just slide it on and use it on my computer screen. That's what I was going to film with today. However, I had it plugged in, all ready to go. And then 15 minutes later, my computer just crashed. And I'm like, what just happened? And I had this problem before a couple of weeks. Well, it was more than a couple of weeks ago. It was probably like 2 months ago, maybe, where my computer crashed and I had to like install the latest version of the Apple OS, but it crashed again after 15 minutes. So I don't know what's going on with trying to do a webcam on YouTube with my Mac. I don't know what's up. Anyways, I thought it would be really cool. The video quality would have been way better, but it is what it is, guys. I apologize. This is the best I got. So, all right, what else we got here? So hopefully that answers your question on that. Hold what camera you held up. King's Life noted. Awesome, Ian. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. It's awesome. All right. So again, what other question do we have, guys? Anything else? We all good? Are we all good for today? I think we're all good for the day. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh my gosh, I have to get up. I can't even get up. Oh, I'm going to show you. Welcome. 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 It's snowing. Yep, it's snowing. It is what it is. But so Lucid Dreamer was saying, I've been running for 3 years on and off. Since March, in March, I started increasing my mileage. Average of last 6 months is 170K. Excellent. Aiming to hit 200 this month. Good for you. Although I have one more challenge. Steve says, what do you do for hobbies besides make videos? Okay, so what I like to do is I like to read. I'll show you a book. I mean, I like to read all kinds of books, like running books, obviously, because I'm a runner. But just other books, right? So this is one of the books I'm reading these days right now. And yeah, so I like to read. I like technology. I like learning about technology. I like learning new things. Photography. I like hiking. I like, to be quite honest, I would love to be able to like be picked up by somebody at my front door, blindfolded, and taken to an area on a trail somewhere, dropped, and then somehow find my way out. Give me a compass and let me find my way out. I would love that. So again, it just adds to the excitement. You got to make sure you leave me a camera though, because I would have to document my way getting out. But yeah, I mean, I love that kind of stuff. I love video editing. I've always been doing this with real estate. It's my job, but I love it so much that it's kind of not like a job in a way. It's funny to say, but that's how much I enjoy it. Right. So when I get a new listing, when I'm helping someone sell their house, I love making a video for them. I'll use drones and stuff like that, do video walkthroughs, just the whole video process of things. I really like that type of thing. Just hanging out with family, right? I love going on walks with my wife. I love hanging out with my daughter. I love playing Trivial Pursuit, games like that. I like teaching. I like teaching people things. I like entering into really cool conversations, right? Whether it's political, whether it's non-political, it doesn't really matter. I just love deep conversations where it's not like the surface, like hi, how the weather is. It's like, are we on this planet? Are we in the solar system like alone? Like, are we the only ones here? Like, where does space end? Like that type of thing. Like, I mean, deep conversations. I love that kind of stuff. So hopefully that answers your question, Steve. Lucid Dreamer, pain on my foot. Well, you got pain on your foot. What happened? Hopefully it's okay. JDS 54, heading out for a 10 miler. Thanks. This has been fun and informative. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Lucid Dreamer, while you were tremendously increasing your monthly miles, did you experience pain on your feet? I actually wear same shoes like yours, Torin 4s and 4.5s, but looks like I might need more cushion. No, I haven't had any pain. My foot's been good. I tend to get some pain when I was wearing my Sauconys. That's when I had foot issues. That was years ago. But since I've been running in my Torrens, they've been really good. You may want to try the Paradigm, right? Because they've got more cushion on them and they're stability shoes. Or what you could do is you could go to your local running store, get them to see you run. They'll run up and down the store just to see kind of what things are like, right? What kind of runner you are, right? They can tell. They can tell if you're a neutral runner, you supinate, pronate, all that kind of stuff. They can help you with that. Brian, I'm so glad we don't have snow like that, Southwest Texas. Man, I want to come to Sugarland. Do you guys have like?
Yeah, man, come on down, man.
Yeah, man, Sugarland.
Hey, I will say something about the guy who's talking about the foot pain. If he spends all his time in shoes, that may be causing part of his foot pain, especially with the Torrens, because they are more of a neutral shoe. He may want to spend some time barefoot. If he's not spending enough time barefoot, that could be causing him some foot pains. But I agree, going down to the running store, getting somebody to do a gait analysis with him will definitely help him too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing is, whenever I'm home, I'm barefoot. Like I'm barefoot all day, every day. I even go to clients' houses and they're like, no, leave your shoes on. I always take them off. I don't want to have things on my feet. The only reason I wear running shoes is to protect my feet, right? Like I'm not running on a trail barefoot. I'm not going to be like Barefoot Ted. Like I'm not going to do that. That's the last thing I'm going to do. If any of you guys don't know who Barefoot Ted is, look him up. Great story there in Born to Run. Great book. But yeah, definitely you got to listen to that guy's story. That's just insanity. Okay, Alistair, thanks for your earlier answer. Could I also ask what you think about MAF when running ultra distances? Or is that out of the window in a race scenario? Okay, in a race scenario, just race it, right? You can race. That's not a problem. But here's the thing. If you're going to go out and you want to run an ultra and you want to complete it and you don't care about time, run at MAF. Run at your MAF pace. You'll get to the finish line because we've got all of our energy on us, right? We've got enough fuel to last us. And yeah, you know that you understand MAF. So when I ran, I was 136. My average beats per minute was 136 for mine, and that was running 50 miles. Now, granted, not every kilometer was 136, right? Some were higher, some were lower. That was like the average. But yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Arlene, okay, so I've been using Galloway's run/walk for 2 years now after injury. I am now going to try MAF, but I don't like the diet in the book. How do you do MAF on a plant-based diet? I just eat plants. I eat plants. I eat nuts and seeds. I watch how much almond butter I eat. Because again, one tablespoon is like 200 calories. So watch that. I've gained 9 pounds. I've been enjoying my almond butter since my ultra. But I did a video. Okay, seriously, I did a video. You're going to have to go back in my videos. But if you go back about 5 months, no, 6 or 7 months, there's a video in there that talks about can vegans run MAF, like I don't even know the title of it, but yeah, can vegans run it by training maffetone? Anyways, in there I talk about the foods that you can eat that are low carbohydrate, and yes, you can do it. It's possible, right? It's absolutely possible. So hopefully that answers your question, because I did do a video on this. So, and that was in the early days when I started doing this. So I think you'll have it there. You can totally follow the training without any animal diet, says Dr. M. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. We as plant-based runners, we can do this. Like it's not rocket science. There's just certain foods that you'll probably want to eat more than others. That's all. But just know, here's the thing. I have a shirt that says, if it's made in a plant, don't eat it. If it's comes from a plant, eat it. Anyways, my wife got me that last year. Okay, Loose Dreamer, thanks for your answers. Oh, you're welcome. Ian, I second that. Barefoot running rules. I ran 50 miles barefoot in September. My God, no way, really? That is flipping awesome. You had nothing on your feet, or did you have something protecting them? Because I think that's awesome, right? If you're able to do that. I just can't imagine running on the trails that I've run on, because I've stepped on some rocks. Oh my gosh. And if I was running with my Torrens and I stepped on it, I could feel the rock. If I was running barefoot, oh my gosh, I'd probably go through the roof. Anyways, it's just, I don't know, a thought. But, oh, it was on grass. Okay, good. Okay. So I've run a couple of kilometers on grass on the infield of a track. It's awesome. I like it, but obviously it's snowing and I'm not about to do it now. But who knows, if I start doing the Wim Hof method, time will tell, I guess. I know, but anyways, okay, guys, listen, we've been going for quite a while, like an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to tune out now. Thanks for joining. Wait for Wednesday for the next video. It'll come out. And until then, everyone, bye for now. Thanks for joining. Brian, thanks for hopping on there, chatting with us today. That was awesome. And until next week, guys, get out and run. See ya.